Returning for a second appearance, Mamadi Kurang gave testimony in the ongoing parliamentary investigation into the sale and disposal of assets linked to former President Yahya Jammeh. The inquiry follows strong suspicions that assets that were linked to former President Yahya Jammeh were disposed of, handled and transferred in an opaque and questionable manner, causing widespread anger, which later boiled over to the streets. The raging controversy gave rise to the setting up of the Special Parliamentary Committee to look into the issue. In his testimony, Kurang explained how tractors and other valuables were sold. He detailed the processes involved and pointed out what he called major gaps in oversight and transparency.
Unlike the cattle in which I was present when the livestock department were valuing the cattle, I was present. In the case of the tractors, we took Mr. Njai there to show him the location. And my understanding was that he went back with his team or whatever, and then take their time and assess the vehicles independently. I wasn't present in that process. So they did that and submitted a report to the commission.
Kurang, who played a key role during the Janneh Commission's work, said his contract was later terminated. He added that interference from executive made it increasingly difficult for him to carry out his responsibilities independently.
Another incident, as per your testimony or your account of lead counsel speaking to members of the executive, or rather, if I can put it on the flip side, here we have another instance where officials in the executive are interfering, if I may use the word loosely, with the operations of the commission. Is that your view?
Yes, that is.
And just to be clear, these assets, the vehicles, they were part of the subject matter of the commission. Yes?
Yes, the commission visited the vehicles at the State House, watched them, and we took notes. So all vehicles that used to be owned by Jammeh were technically part of the commission's investigations.
Further into the session, Kurang highlighted specific instances where assets were reportedly undervalued and sold under questionable circumstances. One such case involved a tractor sold to a buyer named O.C. Christ, an amount that was said to have shocked even the commissioners at the time.
24th of June, the buyer's name was O.C. Christ. It was a Mahindra. The valuer described it as scrap. Scrap there means it's not a functioning vehicle, maybe some parts of a tractor. And it was chassis number PNBX 176K7, packed at Brikama Police. There was a reserve price of 2,500 for the scrap, and we sold it for 15,000.
The National Assembly Special Select Committee was set up on 14 May 2025 to investigate how Jammeh's assets were disposed of after being identified by the Janneh Commission. The committee continues to hold hearings with more witnesses expected to testify in the coming days. Janneh GRTS.